Good evening, everybody, and welcome. The Hardline Transport Solutions Rebels Truck Series here in Original Rebels Racing League. I'm Eddie Smith. Welcome to VSRN for tonight's action here at Dover International Speedway. Dover Motor Speedway is what they call it now. I don't know why they changed the name. I guess SMI wanted to give it a little bit of love. I don't know, but Dover, Delaware, opened in 1969. 58,000 people can sit up here, and it's got some really cool things. Just one of my favorite tracks. It's one of the fastest mile-long tracks that we have in NASCAR. Just an incredible track. Lots of banking that you just drive down into, and man, the trucks, any car here at Dover is just a fantastic race. So looking forward to seeing what these guys, how they attack this racetrack, and who this is what I consider a driver's track. You know, we got a lot of tracks you just hold wide open, and that's good enough. But here, it's going to take a little bit of finesse to get this thing done. Let's go ahead and give out the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award here tonight, as gridding is already starting up. Michael Kostick is going to be your Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. Daniel Cunningham going to start outside the front row. Row number 2 is going to be Tracy Passons, but Charles Stevens Jr. starting outside. Aaron Adcock going to start 5th, Alan Nash 6th. 7th, Kyle Roberts 8th, Mickey Isaac. 9th, Spencer Gay, Brett Bieber in 10th. 11th is Brandon Wallace, James Nelson in the 12th position. Matt Clement in 13th, Andy Kurtz in 14th. 15th, Jeremiah Holt, Matt Knights in 16th. 17th, Stephon Davis, Lance Bonberg in 18th. 19th is Travis Beaver, Chuck Phelps in the 20th position. 21st is going to be Steve McDonald, Kenneth Pack in 22nd. 23rd, Alex Veith and Curtis Sauberin in 24th. 25th, Tommy Osborne. And 26th, Jacob Cunningham. Jimmy Cofield in 27th. And Gary Wright rounds out your field here tonight. Well, everybody's getting rolling here as we'll pull back the curtain a little bit and see just how many trucks we have here tonight. 28 trucks going to take the field. So congratulations to Michael Kostick for winning the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. Well, what to expect from this race, I don't quite know. We're going to see just the ability to be able to move around the track, be on the top side, be on the bottom. You can be searching for grip as the tires start to wear out. I think the bottom is where you're going to want to be on new tires, but that can all change as those tires start to wear out. It's going to be who can manage the throttle the best, get those runs off the corner. That's going to be the biggest thing. Let's take a look at your point standings. Michael Kostick currently sits atop the standings with Andy Kurtz close behind, and you see 4 wins there. Pretty much gets you in the top 4 with Jonathan Cofield and Aaron Adcock. You don't see Garrett Kinder on there, but he won last week in Iowa. So look to see if he can make some points up, come back race another time. He's not here tonight. Take a look at your race analysis. Fix set up 100 laps, 4 sets of tires, and 1 fashion pair here in this series. They're getting ready to go. 100 laps here. That's going to fly by really fast. Michael Kostick going to have control of the start here. Green flag in hand. Green flag is out here at Dover. So far, so good on lap 1. Michael Kostick able to take the lead, and Daniel Cunningham is going to be right behind him, going to settle in, and then Charles Stevens Jr. right behind them. And Charles Stevens in that VSRN. He's playing to the judge. I like that, playing to the broadcaster. And check out his webcam here as he tries to set sail and tries to maybe make up a couple spots here early. Track position can be important. See the different lines, guys driving in on the bottom. Charles Stevens driving in on the top side. That's what makes Dover so fun, sort of like Darlington and others, is just it's a driver's track. It gives you all the power to run this track. The runs off the corner right there are going to be the most important. The most important corner we watched all night long is here. Off of this corner, it's very, very tricky. You don't want to turn down too early and throw the car or truck out to the wall or make contact. So you want to make sure that you are staying in that line and coming off low. It's going to be really, really important. So passing side by side is going to be difficult for sure. Speaking of which, got some drivers side by side. Spencer Gay on the outside of Brandon Wallace, it looks like. Oh no, that's James Nelson in that 7 truck. See Spencer Gay trying to make that top side work. Trucks actually do a pretty dang good job compared to the other ones. Still pretty tough to make it happen, and you're going to lose a lot of time. But Spencer Gay getting it wound up on the top side, trying to make that pass, and is finally able to get around James Nelson, put himself up in the 11th position. But everybody kind of getting in single file like Darlington. Very rarely run side by side. You get side by side, you complete the pass, and you move on. That's kind of how that works. So you won't see a whole lot of side by side racing for a whole long time. It's just maybe a couple corners. Be watching that turn 2 exit. That's going to be, turn 4 will get you too, but turn 2 is going to get some guys tonight. They're going to go up and clap that wall, and guys are going to be spreading out all over the track trying to avoid him as these right fronts start to wear out a little bit. Up front, Michael Kostick has a small lead over Daniel Cunningham, but Tracy Pass and Darren Adcock throw a blanket on. They're all over each other. But, yeah, just watch out for that. It can be very, very difficult. I think the most important thing tonight, if you're driving in this race, is do not turn the wheel too much. Once you start turning that wheel all the way to 10 o'clock, next thing you know, you're going to go come off the turn 2, the truck front end's going to sail, you're going to right in that wall. So it's important that you take care of those front tires, use the throttle, turn the truck, don't use the front. Right now watching is Tracy Parsons. That 53 machine's been strong all season long, currently running the 4th position. He tries to take back that 3rd spot from Charles Stevens. Looking down to the inside, got a nose there. Quite able to get the run off the corner, a little unstable as it comes off, but we're going to continue to push, try to get around this 88 machine. So front 2 pulling away a little bit. Michael Kostick, Daniel Cunningham. Kostick running still the 23 flats, almost 22.9, very, very close. And there you go. Tracy Pass is now going to be able to complete that pass. Charles Stevens is going to try to keep Aaron Adcock from going underneath, but not going to happen. Aaron is going to make the pass, follow his teammate right on through, be able to take over that 4th spot. You can see just the difference in lines. They're both moving forward, but they're doing it differently. But I like Aaron's line just a little bit more. You can see being a little bit more patient on the throttle. When he comes off the corner, he's not sliding the truck like Tracy passes. That'll hurt. See how Tracy's sliding out towards that wall. Aaron's coming out a little bit like happily lower. I think that's going to pay dividends towards the end of this run. Big mover so far. Andy Kurtz in that 5 machine, as you see James Nelson back there get into the wall. You're going to see that a lot, but Andy Kurtz up from 14th to 8th. Andy Kurtz is very, very good at this racetrack. I think this has got to be one of his favorites, as he's always good here. And it looks like it's going to be no different here tonight, as he is really moving up through the field, up into the top 10 now, and continues to lap just as fast as the leaders. Guys right on his tailgate, but Andy's starting to pull away here. 100 laps, man, at Dover is a very, very short race. So you do not have a whole lot of time to do much here. You've got to get in, settled in. If you're starting towards the back, you've got race winning speed. It's now or never. You're not going to be able to save. So Andy going to have to really be aggressive here to get this done. As the tires start to wear out, you start to see the separation as they're not able to just punch it in the middle of the corner. It takes a little bit more finesse. You see Andy going to try to complete this pass. Not quite able to do it off the bottom, but I think he'll be able to get him right here. Kyle really running way up into the marbles. That gives him a great run off the corner, which is continuing to hold Andy Kurtz down where he can't quite clear in front of him. But right here, it looks like Andy's going to have a great run through the middle of the corner, come off and have about a car length advantage. Looks like Charles Stevens got to the wall here, right in front of Andy Kurtz. Andy Kurtz still moving forward, now up 7 position from restart. Another big mover, Kenneth Pack in the 16 truck. He moved up from 22nd to 16th. He's moving right along as well. Right up in front of him, man. We got a nice little battle. Matt Clement, James Nelson, and Jeremiah Holt, the Daytona winner. Nelson gets a nice run under Matt Clement. See if he can get there and clear it. Not quite able to do that just yet. He does get a great run here. Might be able to slide up in front of that 19. Oh, it's going to be close. 19's going to get a little bit of the wall to make contact. Into the wall goes Matt Clement across the nose of Jeremiah Holt. He goes around. No caution, though. We stay green. He's going to stop on the track and get it back rolling. No caution. So Matt Clement, Rex, they're on the front stretch, but no caution comes out as, man, no, he's disappointed about that. He's going to have to go in and get some damage repair. But, yeah, we saw it right there. I mean, Matt just trying to hold on to that position, gets up into the wall, and now he's got some big damage going to come down pit road. Machine's going to go multiple laps down, and tonight you just can't afford to have too many mistakes like that. Oh man, it's so frustrating. 100 laps at Dover, and normally you run about 120 in a lot of these leagues, so it's 20 less laps than what you'll normally see. So we'll see probably at least one pit stop. But you're not going to have a whole lot of time. You're going to have to get up there and get towards the front quickly. Go more with Alan Nash here. Moved up, got around his teammate Aaron Adcock. Starting to lose ground with his teammate Tracy Passons, and starting to fall off just a little bit in lap times. About the worst in the top 5 for Aaron. So Aaron starting to slide here late. Battle between Brandon Wallace and Travis Bieber. And Travis Bieber going to get around him. So Travis, another one of those, just moving up through the field. Kenneth Pack continues his charge as he's up to the 12th position and looking to, oh man, has to dodge as Kyle Roberts gets into the wall there. So Kenneth Pack goes down to the inside. You can see just how quickly after 24 laps what the tires are doing, and it's really separating these guys out. Kyle Roberts falling like a rock. He's really struggling here. Going to have to make some adjustments on these pit stops. And adjustments means how much he uses his pedal. But he's going to have to get some damage repair if he keeps hitting the wall. So Kyle really struggling here to make that outside work. He's just too far up the track. The truck just does not have enough power to really make that work. He's trying to do some crazy maneuvers, but you don't want to be that far up. You want to be about right there. It's a good place to stop. Back on it, but he seems to be getting out of the groove, not able to get that thing turned. Back when we used to have that Cup car that had plenty of power, we could drive it down all the way up, dang near to the wall, and rotate the car with the gas pedal. You see he's really struggling to get that thing to rotate, so he's a little spot this things. Michael Kostick starts first and is continuing to lead a 1 second lead over his teammate Daniel Cunningham. Tracy Passons 2 seconds back. So right now Michael Kostick setting the pace on the field. Alan Nash is a little bit faster. Alan Nash actually the fastest truck on the track as I glance down the pylon here. So Alan Nash having a great run here towards the end of it, but right now, Michael Kostick. Getting close to 30 laps, and thinking about pit stops sometime soon. I would imagine if you can do it on just one stop, these guys will go to lap 50 and come on in. And some other guys might, you know, if I'm Michael Kosick, I might run a little bit longer just to have the ability to make sure that there's no cautions during the green flag cycle. We'll see what they decide to do. 50 may just be a good old call. Just come on down lap 50 and make up all that time. If somebody stays out a little bit too longer, we'll see. But right now, it extends that lead ever so slightly as they cross the line. Daniel Cunningham keeping pace with him, but Kosick just continues to extend it just a little bit each and every lap. Stephon Davis now going down to the inside of Travis Beamer. That 60 truck has been one of the fastest trucks in the last couple weeks. Last week was just an incredible race for that 60 Miller Genuine Draft Chevrolet. But, you know, Stephon Davis, I would imagine, probably would say the biggest weakness that he has is that he is not, it doesn't qualify well. He definitely has race pace that is, you know, race-winning race pace, but he doesn't qualify well, and that really puts you behind the 8 ball. Right now, Kenneth Pack, Andy Kurtz definitely have what it takes to win this race, but they're just behind the 8 ball. If they don't get a caution, you know, they may never be able to make up that time, because right now, Stephon Davis running really fast lap times, but 9 seconds behind the leader. You're just not going to be able to run down Michael Kosick in 9 seconds. So it just shows with these big fields like this and green flag racing, qualifying, way more important than people give it credit for. Starting up front, of course, we know about it during in NASCAR, just how important it is to be out front, control the race, and it makes everything easier when you start up front. But Stephon trying to run down Kenneth Pack as, man, this is a nice little battle going to go on right here as Kenneth Pack gets right to the back bumper, starts to put pressure on Brett Beamer as he is starting to put pressure on Charles Stevens, who just continues to get past. Right now, your top 10, Michael Kosick, Daniel Cunningham, Tracy Passett, Alan Nash, Aaron Adcock, top 5, Andy Kurtz, Mickey Eisen, Charles Stevens, Brett Beamer, and Kenneth Pack. You can see the difference in the lines. Brett Beamer has been moving, has been able to kind of, he's moved up one spot and been able to maintain. You see the difference in lines. Let's get it back. Internet high along with Brett. You'll see in some corners the internet low kind of wash up the track a little bit. Brett Beamer going in about half a lane lower than it seems. Trying to put pressure on Charles Stevens, but look at the run and get it back to the corner by waiting on the ball just a little bit longer. Patience, and Kenneth gets on the gas really good there. It's going to get a nice run, maybe try to go down to the inside, not quite able to get there just yet. Definitely thought about it. That 16 truck looks really good, especially off of turn 2. He's really able to gain a ton of time on these guys in the middle of the corner. Let's see if he does that again. Brett Beamer right in his tire tracks, but again, Kenneth gets a great run, and Brett actually tries to defend off the bottom. Here comes Stephon Davis into this battle. Got a 4-way battle for 8th place. The recipe for disaster, because one wrong move, Stephon Davis now going to go down to the inside of Kenneth Pack. Kenneth going to run way up the track, going to try to maintain that position. Stephon, though, able to get right through, but here comes Kenneth, going to look back down to the inside, but does a smart thing and says, you know what, I'll go ahead and let you go. That way we don't lose pace with these guys. You can see Stephon gassed it up in the middle, but Kenneth got a much better run down the straightaway. So love this track, multiple different ways to run it, multiple different ways to win this thing. As here comes Stephon Davis down to the inside of Brett Beamer. Somebody on the apron there, I think that might have been Jake Cunningham in the 46 machine. So Stephon gets around Brett Beamer, and here comes Kenneth Pack, struggling to get around that 808 machine. Stephon Davis does it with ease, but Kenneth is really struggling. Going to look down to the inside. Just shows how important it is to get the run off the corner. Drive right down off the bottom. That way you have plenty of speed to get up next to the guy that you're trying to pass or gal. But you see Kenneth just struggling here to get around this 808. Now Travis Bieber is going to start to join this fight. Going to make it ever more difficult to focus forward. He's going to look down to the inside. Still not there. Get it back. Going to get the run there. That's all he needs to see. He's going to get the inside track. Goes down to the corner and should be able to complete this pass. Lap 43. Expecting to see pit stop soon. I think if you want to roll the dice, it might be good to come on in a little bit early. Try to use the oh, caution's out though. Caution's out. Oh no. Andy Kurtz, the number 5 machine, the 46 of Jake Cunningham, and the 21 of Gary Wright. So 2 lap trucks, and oh, Andy Kurtz almost loops it back on the track, but the 5 machine who was moving up through the field gets tangled up with some lap cars, and that brings out our first caution of the night. We'll have to go back and see what happened there. Looks like it starts with the 21 of Gary Wright. Let's go check it out here on the Kinder Farm Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Okay. You see Gary Wright trying to make a move on the outside. Oh, man. Yeah, just picking a bad place to really pass somebody, but I'm trying to figure out what happened. I mean, just comes down the track and right hooks the 5. I know he didn't mean to do it, but I don't know why some guys do that. They get so nervous about the wall and they drift down the track, and that looks like exactly what happened. But pit stop's underway. Michael Kostick on pit road, along with everybody else. This should be the one and only pit stop here tonight if we stay green for the rest of the way. And man, what is going on with Kostick? Kostick going forward, moving back. It looks like he fortunately, it looks like Kostick might have been in reverse. Let's go back and look at that one more time. Here he is as a replay here. Looks like when the jack drops. Yeah. Sorry, Kostick, but it looks like when the jack drops, he hits the gas and he goes backwards. Boy, that's embarrassing. That'll make your face red right there, let me tell you. But it didn't hurt him too bad. He only falls back to 4th position. But Michael Kostick struggling there. Let's get him up in the booth. Let's talk to him. Kostick, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Hey man, well, you know, it looks like you've tried to fire off once the jacks drop in race gear. What happened there?
Well, my shifter changed shift patterns. I don't know what's going on. I got the Fanatec shifter, and first gear is now reverse. Second is first, or second is second gear. Third gear is first, and fourth is fourth. So.
Oh my God.
And fifth is third. So this should be interesting.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, I'll let you concentrate on it. How's the truck feeling tonight? It seemed like you were doing pretty good there before that caution.
Yeah, it's handling good. Tires are falling off a little bit, but the balance doesn't seem to be changing, so it's not too bad on the long run.
All right. Well, good luck there with that shifter, and maybe we'll talk to you at the end of the race.
All right, bud.
Michael Kostick there, you heard it. Shifter problems. Man, we have all kinds of stuff that pop up in these races. That's what makes online racing so much fun, man. I thought maybe he just kind of got it down into reverse, but sounds like his shifter has kind of changed the assignments, and so first is now reverse for Michael Kostick. So going to be confusing. I mean, he's going to have to really think about this. I wanted to get him out of here so he could really focus on trying to put it in the memory bank, but he's got to go through the gears. He's going to have to remember what gear is what so he doesn't put it in the wrong gear, and that could be disastrous for the field. So we'll be paying attention to that as they get doubled up, get this thing ready to roll. Jimmy Cofield going to get look like a lap back. But after that ordeal, Daniel Cunningham going to take over the top spot, I believe. Get this thing back rolling as we're just about halfway already. I mean, just scooting on through this race. This is awesome. Now, Matt Clemens, 2 laps down. Going to need some help to get back on the lead lap. Jimmy Cofield also down 2 laps. Lance Sponberg down 3. Jake Cunningham down 4. Gary Wright down 7. But pace car is off, and we're getting ready to go green here. Let's watch as Michael Kostick gets up through the gears. Hey, knocked it out of the park. He's going to settle in 4th position is Aaron Adcock, Alan Nash side by side as they go roaring down into turn number 3 side by side. Aaron Adcock trying to get a position here early. Going to have to fight for it, though. Really struggling with that bottom at the moment as he's trying to get that thing working, but that's going to open the door for Costa to go to the outside. Aaron blocks the 8 truck right up in front of him to keep him from getting that outside track. And it's like Gary Wright must be, oh no, he's coming out in front of the leaders, and caution is out. And it looks like Lance Sponberg, a couple drivers, bunch of drivers. Brandon Wallace, we got a big one back here. Is Brandon Wallace, Chuck Feltz is sideways on the track. Alex Veith not involved with it at all, but Chuck Feltz sitting sideways. Who is that? I can't even see. Oh my goodness, he makes contact. He comes back up on the track. Chuck Feltz making contact there as we try to go back and see what happened. Maybe we can figure out. Like it might have started with Brett Bieber. Take a look at it here on the replay. Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Charles Stevenson, that 88 machine right behind him. He's going to go down to the inside. Down in the corner. Yeah, Brett Bieber just kind of comes down a little bit into the line, makes contact, goes up into the wall. He's going to come right back down and clip Brandon Wallace. And then Alex Veith comes with the 46, kind of come barreling in there. Go back and watch it if we can from Brandon Wallace's view here. See the accident happening. He goes up and hit the wall, and Brandon's trying to get that thing down, just not able to do it. Man, big damage. Front end comes off that thing. I missed exactly what happened to Chuck Feltz, so we'll go back and look at that too. The wreck happened right in front of him. Goes down on the apron. Steve, oh, he gets clipped by that. Gonna see Steve McDonald's gonna get loose. He's gonna save it here as we continue to watch this. There's the contact up there in front. You're going to see Brett Bieber is going to come down off the wall, but oh, it's like the 5 truck of Andy Kurtz is going to make contact while Chuck's trying to avoid there. I mean, it looks like a little bit of net code, but Steve McDonald does a great job of saving it. Unfortunately for Chuck, not able to do that. And he's going to get that thing back rolling, and then just the rear tires are so hot that when he tries to give it a little bit of gas, it just goes around, and then right as looks like the 46 truck was coming through there, just boom, it takes another hit. Well, all right, well, second caution of the night. Here on lap 54, nobody comes down pit road, obviously. No reason to give up track position. Barely any laps on these tires. Mostly under caution. But got some trucks having some issues. Fast repairs already taken. Jeremiah Holt's taking a fast repair. Alex Veith, Brandon Wallace, Kyle Roberts, Brett Bieber, Chuck Feltz, Matt Clemon, Jake Cunningham, Gary Wright, all fast repairs gone. So Dover chews them up and spits them out, man. That's why we love this track. It's it'll put you through the ringer. I mean, it's so like Darlington. It's hard to. The only thing that's different is the fact that it's concrete, and it's a little bit smaller. But the way you drive it and the way that it kind of spits you out, Darlington has a lot of places to go whenever you spin out. So if you get into the wall, you go down to the inside wall, and you can pretty much stay out of the way. But here at Dover, it is just a funnel of cars, and you wreck somebody wrecks on the front straightaway, there's going to be multiple guys. It's just such a narrow straightaway. You saw it there, just guys trying to avoid it but just nowhere to go. I think Dover is probably one of the most underrated tracks on the NASCAR circuit. I think it's incredible racing. It's a driver's track that a lot of times people don't really talk about. So Dover will sneak up on you if you ain't prepared. If you don't run your practice laps, don't run, do your work behind the scenes, it can be a tough night for you. Daniel Cunningham continues to hold the lead as Michael Kostick punch in the air. He's going to have to figure out his shifting thing one more time. We'll see if he can get up through the gears. Did a great job last time, but Daniel Cunningham inherited the lead earlier with that mistake. So he'll lead us down to this restart. It's a good jump. Aaron Adcock now going to get to the inside of Alan Nash again. Let's see if he can clear him this time, as now Tracy gets a great jump as well, and Aaron clears, and along with Tracy, as Alan Nash had a terrible run through 1 and 2 and loses 2 spots. Now he's under fire from Michael Kostick. Oh, Michael Kostick, Alan Nash make a little bit of contact. Nothing too outrageous. But Alan Nash is probably going to end up losing this spot. And maybe more if he doesn't get back in line. Going to be able to get there. Right behind Kostick is Mickey Isaac is coming to fill that gap. Now Tracy passes out of the groove. Man, we got a battle for the lead starting to brew here. Looking down to the inside is Aaron Adcock. Down to the inside of the 08 machine. Aaron going to try to take the lead here. Comes off the corner. Is he going to be able to clear him? Oh, Daniel Cunningham gets sideways off the corner, and Aaron Adcock does clear him. So new leader here on lap 59, Aaron Adcock, and he's really got to move. Now, we saw him fall off at the end of the last run. So he's got these fresh tires. Did he learn anything that he can apply and make these tires last a little bit longer? But track position can be king, can make up for a lot of that. Just got to be careful. He's got the lead, doesn't need to overdrive it. But Michael Kostick for sure is probably on his way. I would say Dover is way easier when you have somebody in front of you, because you can really judge the corner based off of them. When you're out front, it really changes how you drive. And we may be seeing a little bit of that as, man, Daniel Cunningham is all over Aaron Adcock. Aaron not able to get away just yet. And, man, we've got this 3-car battle for the lead. And here comes Michael Kostick. Here comes a dive from the 08. Not quite able to do it, I don't think. Oh, he gets a great run from the middle off. We'll see if he can hold it. Aaron Adcock's going to get in the wall. You could definitely tell he was a little bit out of the groove there as Tracy Passage grabs a little bit of that wall too, but he's trying to make it stick, hold on to that lead. Gonna make it stick off a turn 2, but I mean, as soon as Aaron took the lead, it seems like Daniel Cunningham turned on the jets and said, oh, wait a minute, I'm not gonna let you run away with this thing. But everything kind of settles up now as Tracy passes. Here comes the 8 down to the inside of the 08. So Kostick now back to the bottom, trying to take over the second spot, but Daniel Cunningham gonna fight back hard on that outside. We'll see if he can make it stick here in 3 and 4. He might, oh, he hits that bump and actually loses a ton of ground there. And gonna try to sneak in front of Tracy. Tracy gives him a break there, and Daniel Cunningham gonna fall back to the 3rd position. Laps are ticking off really quickly as we got an incredible battle up front. Know we got battles going on everywhere, but I got to stay here, man. This is the cream of the crop. See if Michael Kostick, after that error on pit road, can get back to the lead. He's starting to hunt down that 17 a little bit faster last lap. Aaron going to be in trouble. It's going to be tough to hold off Michael Kostick, and the way that things look right now, if you get out of the groove or something, or if you're just battling side by side, you can find yourself going from 1st to 4th really quickly, the way things are right now. But as the tires start to wear out, if he can hold on to that lead and pull away just a little bit with that clean air, I can tell you it's going to take faith of a mustard seed to hold off that 8 truck. Kostick getting a run here, looks down, showing his nose, saying, hey, I'm here, I'm coming to take this lead. He's gets a better run through the middle off. He's going to have a nice run. Actually bobbles off the apron a little bit, has to check up. That just shows, man, I love this track for that very reason. He was a millimeter away from having a nice run down the straightaway. Bounces off the apron. Now Aaron's going to bounce off the apron. You see, just touch that apron, it throws the truck out to the outside wall, and then you have to take evasive action to not bounce off of that thing. So it's a razor's edge. Golly, I wish I was out there racing this thing right now. This is like so much fun. We get down to about 30 laps to go now. This is the part where Aaron started to fall off a little bit in that first run. And did he fix it? Did he fix whatever problem he was having? Has he figured out a way to save those tires a little bit? Or will Michael Kostick get up there and take it from him? Kostick gets a little bit out of the groove again, has to check up. So right now, Aaron looking really strong. Clean air looking to be really, really important on these trucks. Look out the back of Aaron Adcock as you see just how much of a hornet's nest is behind him. Michael Kostick trying to run down Aaron Adcock, but every time he has that slip up, Daniel Cunningham's like, hey, man, you know, I need to go by you if you're going to keep slipping up. And if they can get back there and battle, Aaron Adcock can start to set sail. Right now, Aaron, the fastest car on the track, but what he's doing is just perfect. Aaron Adcock with that lead, you saw he fought so hard to get out front, and it's paying dividends. Daniel Cunningham gets in the wall just a little bit. And he is all over the back bumper of the 8 machine, though. Well, we talked a little bit about Stephon Davis earlier, but look here in the 6th position, that caution. Big, big, big for that 60 to be able to run up through the field, get a caution, and get caught back up. Stephon Davis, will be honest with you, fastest truck on the track, 23.726. That is a 10th faster than your leader. So if you're Aaron Adcock, you can't feel too great knowing that you're pulling away from Michael Kostick, because if this 60 truck can slice and dice his way through the top 5, I think Stephon Davis has got a race-winning truck. And if he doesn't, Kenneth Peck does back here in that 16 truck. So you're going to go down to the inside of Andy Kurtz, who has been able to battle back from that wreck. But Kenneth Peck, look at it, man, just drives right around that 5 machine. Here comes Stephon Davis down to the inside of Alan Nash, being careful in that throttle, not trying to push it too hard, knowing that Don't want to get in trouble. But, man, look at this battle going on. Daniel Cunningham side by side. They're almost 3 wide at here at Dover. Boy, you can't do that. I can tell you that for certainty. Daniel Cunningham, Tracy passes, battling side by side. That's going to give Michael Kostick the breathing room he needs to not have to really worry about the rear view mirror. Somebody was really pushing Sock. Who was that? Oh, Lord. I couldn't see who it was. It looked like Charles Stevens was really pushing James Nelson out of the way. Sorry about the camera work, but we'll go back up here to this battle as Tracy Passons now has gotten around Daniel Cunningham. Alan Nash gotten around Cunningham. Here comes Stephon Davis. Oh, my goodness, has to take evasive action as the 08 comes off the wall, similar to what we saw with Gary Wright. Stephon enters in low, actually pushes him up the track. Man, look at the racing we got going on here. Alan Nash takes over 3rd spot from Tracy Passons. All right, lap times of the leader. Aaron Adcock of 24.153. Michael Kostick, 24.249. Right now, Michael Kostick's not even the fastest driver in top 3, so he's going to have to find a little bit of extra. That dirty air definitely playing a factor. Now, if you're Aaron Adcock, he is the self-proclaimed Dick Stepper. He just has to not do that. He's doing a great job. He's running this track, just racing. He doesn't have anything to worry about here. 20 laps. Just needs to make sure he hits the line just perfect every single lap. Come off the corner low, just exactly like he's doing. He's showing a masterful understanding of the track, driving in low, letting the truck push up a little bit, waiting on the throttle, and then cutting down here right at the exit. I mean, just a great drive by Aaron, who has showing a lot of speed right now. But you just have to keep doing that for 20 more laps. That's 40 more of these that you have to do. You don't want to get down there and tag that apron. Like I said, it could bounce you up in the wall, and then you're in big, big trouble. Battle for second. Alan Nash has run down Michael Kostick. That 27 machine looking stout. He was faster than Aaron Adcock last time by. Oh, as Tracy passes, gonna get in the wall, turns. Stephon Davis. Stephon Davis into Daniel Cunningham, and that's got to be a caution. The caution comes out. We saw it kind of happening in the background, but Tracy passes, gets up into the wall, and oh my goodness, it just really messes up Stephon Davis's really great night, as Stephon definitely has some damage. You hate to see that, but that's just how this track works. It's just a nasty, nasty track. Let's go back and look at it. In the front of Ranch Records Rewind. On board with Tracy Passons. Going to get up. The truck just gets too tight here off the corner. That's the lift. Going to make a little bit of contact, trying to get it caught back up. Stephon Davis going to get right hooked into the wall there. Well, everybody coming down pit road. Going to be a really, really important stop, as we saw Aaron able to get out front, that clean air being a big, big advantage. So whoever comes out first here on this pit stop is going to be in good shape here. With just a few laps to go, we're only going to have about less than 15 laps to go before. Now, we're going to definitely see some 2-tire stops, but I think that is not a race winning. That's just a chaos strategy. So if you see somebody take 2 tires, that is not a race winning strategy, not here at Dover for sure. We'll see who wins the battle off pit road. Here comes Aaron Adcock now. Is he going to be able to beat him off pit road? Duck it there. Don't speed if you're the 17, but he's able to get the lead. Now he's got control of the race and only going to have about 15 laps to get it done. So Aaron Adcock up 4 positions from where he started, and here he's got the potential to win this race. Kostick, after losing the lead, seemed to kind of have issues there with the dirty air, so we'll see if that continues to be a factor or if he can get up there and battle with Aaron. Aaron's got everything he needs. He's got the control of the restart, and he knows how to run this track. Seems to be really fast. Just got to be careful here on these cold tires, as it can be very easy to loop it because everybody is driving 110% at this point, so you'll feel the pressure almost immediately. So can he push that to the side and get out front and try to pull away here. But a great race, man. Golly, I love Dover. It's so much fun. And guys have been all over the racetrack. People have been able to make passes. Guys have been able to drive up through the field. Kenneth Pack, man, I cannot say enough. I mean, Stephon Davis, I was singing his praises, and he did a great job as well, but now is all the way back in the 20th position after getting collected there. But Kenneth Pack, look at that, 22nd to 5th, man. Great drive. Right behind him, Travis Bieber as well, 19th to 6th. So these guys have been really moving through the field, and a lot of guys have been really making up a ton of spots. I mean, Steve McDonald, another one, 21st to 13th. Curtis Saubrin in the 54, he's 24th to 16th. That's 8 spots. Tommy Osborne has moved up 6 spots, so a lot of folks taking advantage of some issues, but also just some guys like Kenneth Pack and Travis Bieber have been able to just drive themselves and wheel themselves up through the field. Cautions really help with that. I mean, we talked about it before, Kenneth Pack being about 8 seconds back of the leader, and that was going to be really, really tough, but with that caution, able to reset. And now is in shot of getting into the top 3, maybe even battling for a win here. Lights go out on the pace truck. We'll get doubled up. Aaron Adcock going to lead us. See the wave arounds. Brett Bieber. Matt Clemens. And Jimmy Cofield going around the field. But just under. Going to be 14 laps to go when we take the green flag. Who has got what it takes on the short run? And I think, I'm going to be honest with you, Aaron Adcock has got the advantage of the restart, but he also has had some of the best short run speed that we've seen all night. So this is going to play right into his hands, I believe. But that's why we race it. Caustic, no slouch. But I mean, I think he would honestly say, you know, on a restart with just 10 to 15 laps, Caustic probably not quite as good as others. I mean, he's definitely good on the long runs and just overall racecraft, but short runs, we'll see what he's got. But they're neck and neck. Look at them kind of leaning on each other coming into the Geico restart zone. Who is going to win this race? 14 laps to go. Boy, this feels like Michigan at the first part of the year. Aaron's going to get a great jump. Caustic does as well. Aaron's going to be able to clear him and bring his teammate Alan Nash. Now, what does Alan Nash have to say about this? Alan has had plenty of speed, so we'll see what they can do. The two behind Aaron get a great jump through turn 1 and 2. Aaron's actually in trouble as, man, look at those guys all over the place. Michael Caustic trying to drive to the outside. 17 going to try to block it. He is going to block it. The 8 almost got to the outside of the 17. The 17 feeling the heat right now as the 8 trying to make it happen on the outside. Here it goes. Oh, and Aaron's going to jump up in front of him, I thought maybe. And here comes the 8 down to the inside. He gets a run off the top side. Now Aaron's going to have to defend off the corner, and caution does come out. And it looks like Stephon Davis involved with that again. I don't know if it had anything to do with him. Looks like Matt Knights is where it started. We talked about cold tires. Let's take a look at it on the Kennard Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Talked about those cold tires. And here you are, Matt Knights. You're going to see on this restart, going to come off the corner here, give it a little bit too much wheel throttle. Going to go around, try to save it, turn right back into the 32. And Jeremiah Holt, who goes down and collects Stephon Davis. So Stephon Davis, man, it's so frustrating. I feel for it. I mean, just a great drive, and it's been just a frustrating last 20 to 30 laps for that 60 machine. But, all right, well, it's time. I mean, we've seen Alan Nash be able to get up there and make this work, but I got to say, I'm very, very impressed with that 8 machine working that top side. So he probably would like to have seen that go green because he was in position to take that lead away. But now I think Aaron and Alan maybe have a little bit of memory bank you know, added into that where, hey, I know what he can do now, so now I can work to try to prevent it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's tough. If you're Aaron, it's going to be tough because Alan Nash is going to be so good on the bottom. Michael Kostick good on the outside, apparently. He's going to have to do a little bit of Talladega action, block both lanes until he can get the car up under him. You see, he kind of struggled that first lap to really get going. So maybe he can fire off a little bit better this time. I thought Kostick got a really great jump there. Well, you love these moments, man. This is what you live for when you race on iRacing, is this side-by-side action coming down to the end of the race for the race win. And you got to battle with guys who are just dogs. I mean, this whole top 5 is just killers, along with Travis Bieber, Andy Kurtz, Daniel Cunningham, James Nelson, Mickey Isaac go round out the top 10. That's as strong as a top 10 as you could ever ask for sure. So and these guys want this win. I mean, in here in the Truck Series, it's not a win and you're in. So something to think about. You know, a win is great and you want to get it, but here in this series, consistency is what's going to matter. Wins don't automatically get you there. Go around at least one more time. Should get the 1 to green here next time. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and give a award out, man. I got to tell you, Stephon Davis may end up with a top 15 or top 10, who knows, but I'm going to give him the Hard Luck Award by Andy Kurtz. Man, it's such a frustrating race. Was doing so good. Wanted to highlight just how good that 60 truck was here tonight, and really with no fault of his own, is back here in 22nd. Without really much hope of getting back into this thing, but he is going to be the Hard Luck Award winner. Everybody's favorite award. Our Charger still in the hands of Kenneth Pack, who is up 17 spots. I'd be surprised if anybody can run that down, but right now he is in the running for the Hard Charger. But race wins what we're here to watch. Can Aaron Adcock do it? Can he hold off his teammate Alan Nash, Michael Kostick on the outside? Tracy Passon's there in 4th. I mean, it's going to be a tough one, and I think what Aaron really wants is to pull his teammate, do a little 1, 2, 3, and then go and pull that 27 with him and get those two side by side so they're having to battle, which did happen last time, and they were able to get to him. So who knows what the right call is. I think Aaron just needs to focus on getting on the throttle, getting up through the gears, and getting going. Pace truck pulls off. Gonna have 8 laps to go as they take the green flag. Waiting till they get to the Geico restart zone. Here they go. Green flag is out. He waits late in the box, and the 8 of Michael Kostick spins his tires, but everybody able to avoid him as Tracy Passons almost makes contact, and Aaron Adcock gonna take off here on the restart as Michael Kostick now fighting for his life back in 4th place. He's gonna fight hard on the outside. He gets a big run down the back straightaway with nowhere to go as Alan Nash up in front of him, but it's a battle for second. Look at how many trucks there are as Kostick trying to go just about anywhere. Gives a bump to Tracy Passons. Oh, Kenneth Pack gets loose. Kenneth Pack. Andy Kurtz sideways. Caution is out. Andy Kurtz backwards on the track as it was an accordion effect all the way back. And I think I might end up giving Andy Kurtz the Hard Luck Award at some point. Go back here and look at this on the Farm Ranch Wreckage Rewind. You can see all this kind of chaos unfolding. You see, kind of get a little, little contact there with Kenneth Pack. And you can see just how many trucks. I mean, Kenneth really nowhere to go. Kenneth does a great job of saving it. And Andy Kurtz comes back up the track, and Mickey Isaac just drives through it. Go back and watch that again. I mean, I think Andy was trying to go, and Kenneth just nowhere to go, and I can't tell if contact was made. We'll actually go back and check that real quick. If it was just slight contact. But what a great job by Kenneth Pack to save that thing, and Andy Kurtz is the one that ended up backwards. Everybody else able to pretty much avoid that, so. And oh man. Well, we'll get another restart. I know, Aaron, I know if you're up here at the front, your heart's beating through your chest every time we have these restarts. You know, Michael Kostick there trying to get going on that restart, and he ended up almost looking the wrong way. We'll take a look at that restart one more time here on the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Gonna see it right here. Gonna slow it down here. Aaron's going to get a great jump, and then look at that. I can't tell if he was maybe Kostick was getting some help there. Go back and look. That may have been what happened. Yeah, it looks like contact. So a little bit of countdown from, get it from full speed here. No, he didn't. It was just Kostick getting on the throttle and just spinning the tires there on the outside. I was thinking maybe Tracy gave him a little shove there on the restart, getting a countdown. But it looks like Kostick just gassed it up a little bit too much and almost ended up collecting the majority of the field. So great job by him and everybody else to avoid it. I mean, Aaron Adcock there couldn't have asked for a better restart. So he's going to have to do it again. We do have a couple green-white checkers if we need them. I want to say we either have one or two. I'm not quite sure. If we need them, I'll tell you. But going to go green with about three laps to go. We should get the one to green this time by. And then it'll be a 3-lap shootout. Right now it's top 3, Poman Motorsports, Michael Kostick, Daniel Cunningham, Travis Bieber. Right behind them, James Nelson in 7th, Kyle Roberts in 8th. Kenneth Pack holding on to that 9th position, Mickey Isaac there in 10th. Who is going to win this race? What an exciting race this has been. Some cautions here towards the end of it, but that has really amped up the excitement. As man, I think we've got 7 trucks here that can win this race. Aaron, couple restart to go, went right immediately into the box last time. He waited a little bit longer in the Geico restart zone to go. So what will he do now? And now that especially he's got teammates all around him, you know, he was giving countdowns before. How willing is he to give countdowns now that Michael Kostick is a row back on the outside? Well, here we go. 3 laps to settle it here at Dover. Here on VSRN, the Hardline Transport Solutions Rebels Truck Series. Aaron Adcock with the lead, coming down to take what might be the final green flag and gets a great jump. No countdown that time as he knows what's at stake. Those 2 look-alike trucks, the Winn-Dixie and the Haviland, go down into turn 1 and 2 as Michael Kostick battling with his teammate Cunningham there in the 4th and 5th position. We're on board Tracy Passons as they're trying to run down Aaron Adcock. Can they get it done? Right now, Aaron just begging. Oh, Tracy Passons is going to get into the wall. Everybody going to avoid him. 3 wide situation here as Cunningham looked down to the inside, not quite able to do it, but here we go. Battle for the lead. Michael Nash, Alan Nash. Michael Allen Nash is now battling, but these guys just want to see that white flag. Do not want to see a caution Everybody looks like they're settled in right here. Here we go. White flag is out. What does Alan Nash have as they go? Oh, caution is out. Oh, my gosh. Caution did come out, apparently, based on what iRacing is saying. Caution did come out before the white flag, so we will get a green-white checkered. And I have no idea what happened there on that wreck. Try to go back and maybe find that for you. I have no idea where that caution came from. Oh, it looks like the 68 and the 88. Charles Stevens and Steve McDonald. Oh, it starts with Kyle Roberts. Kyle Roberts, who just spun earlier. Gonna have another issue. Let's check the replay here. Kyle just gets loose, trying to make this thing work. Kenneth Pack all over the back bumper, gonna spin. Hit Charles Stevens Jr. and Stephen McDonald, and they go spinning. And man, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure the leaders. No, it's absolutely right. iRacing got it right. I mean, right here, caution is gonna probably throw it right there as he's spinning across the track. I mean, it could not have been any closer. But it looks like caution. You can see the lights come on right there. We'll see if we can see when the lights come on compared to Aaron Adcock here. Slow it down. You'll see the green light here. Here he comes. He's got the white flag in hand. When does that light turn yellow? Ooh, I don't know. We can see there, Aaron Adcock well past the line there. And there's the caution. So as Michael Kostick in third place crossed the line, that is when the caution lights came on. So I don't know, man. I have no idea. That's pretty damn close right there. Looks like definitely the top two had taken the white flag. So all right, green-white checkered, number 1 of 2. We'll have 2 potential green-white checkers here tonight. So Aaron has done a great job the last few restarts. He's going to have to keep doing it. He's got at least 2 more he's got to get done. And this time it's going to be a little bit different, as Michael Kostick now going to be lined up behind him. Not much to be said other than what has been said already, but I think this restart, the last one was about as good of a restart setup as Aaron could ask for. 2 teammates, one beside him, one behind him, which allowed him to not give a countdown, take off, and let them battle it out. But now you want to help your teammates, but you want to get that win. You really want to bring Michael Kostick along with you if you can. Lights are off on the pace truck. Green-white checkered, attempt 1 of 2. Who's going to end up with the victory tonight? We'll go on board with Michael Nash for this restart here. Green flag is out. Aaron gets a good jump, but so does Alan Nash. Tracy Passons comes along with him. Here we go. what's Alan Nash got for the 17 machine. 17 gets a great run through the corner. Does he get a good exit? He does. Alan Nash, though, gets turned by Tracy Passons. And caution's going to come out again as they both go around. Oh, and Brett Bieber comes piling in as we'll have another green-white checkered as we've got trucks everywhere. I mean, just all over the place. Alan Nash gets hooked there. And we all saw it happening, but we'll take a look at that. And we'll look here on board with Tracy Passons. Tracy gets a good run through the middle of the corner. You see Allen doesn't get a great drop through the center. So here comes Tracy on the outside. Puts a nose up there. And, you know, that's just racing. I can't really fault anybody there. Slow it down here off the corner. I mean, Allen's not really thinking that Tracy's going to be up there just yet. So he's trying to clear up the track. Probably looking at Michael Kostick. And, you know, I mean, Tracy is there. Slow it down just one more time. You can see he's got the run. He's got the nose there. He is there. And Tracy had a little bit of extra room to clear out to the wall, but not that much. So I don't think that's anybody's fault. I think that's just hard racing there down at the end of this thing. But he goes around. You see Travis Beaver. Daniel Cunningham does a great job avoiding. Look at Kenneth Pack. Man, getting through that. And then Brandon Wallace, not a man, doesn't get through there just as well. Let's watch that from Tracy passing. Or, excuse me, Travis Beaver. As he was able to avoid that. Woo! Able to slice right through it. Brandon Wallace, not so lucky. Now, I'm going to be critical of Brandon Wallace because if you'll hear it right here, we'll listen to it again. I want you to listen to the throttle inputs of this 99 machine and see. Listen right here. He lifts and gets back on the throttle. Oh, my goodness. Had he probably staying off the throttle, he probably wouldn't have been able to miss it. But, hey, it's a green-white checker. You got to go. You got to get all those positions you can. In the front of the Ranch Wreckage Rewind there. We got quite a few of them here towards the end of this thing. Well, man, what a fun ending to an already fun race, man. You got to love Dover. But Aaron Adcock now, nightmare scenario, as you don't have any teammates around you anymore. You don't have any kind of buffer. It's just you and the good Lord. If you're the 17, if you're Michael Kostick, you just got to get up through the gears, not spin the tires. And Daniel Cunningham has really fought back here towards the end of this thing and is now, after that wreck, in a position that he could possibly get up here and take this win. And Travis Bieber, one more spot, and he's the biggest mover of the race. So, I mean, the whole race keeps changing every time we have a caution up front. I mean, Aaron Adcock has been able to hold on to the lead, but he has the control of the restart, which gives him a lot of power. But everybody else has changed multiple times, especially after those two drivers make contact. All right, one to go here in this race. This will be it. The next flag is going to end the race. If caution comes out, whoever is leading at that point will be the winner, or we'll race 2 more laps here at Dover. This race was on pace to be the shortest race as far as time-wise of the season, and this last quarter of the race has been pretty wild. right, pace truck pulls off. Here we go. Last green or white checkered attempt here at Dover. Up through the gears that we go. Aaron gets a great jump. Able to get about 2 or 3 car lengths as here comes Daniel Cunningham now with a big run. Off of turn 2, Aaron actually runs a little wide. That's going to open the door for Cunningham. Cunningham now on the back bumper of the 17 machine. They go down into 3 and 4. And wreck, I believe, is happening. Yeah, there's a wreck behind them, but no caution. We're going to have one more lap. One more lap. White flag is out. Can Aaron Adcock hold on to this lead or a hard charging Daniel Cunningham? Is he going to be able to get the win here? He's going to drive down to the corner, try to use the bumper. Yeah, Gaston, he's going to get a little bit of the apron. He gets a little bit of the apron, and that is going to seal it. Aaron Adcock going to win here at Dover. You can see leans his head back, and you can see he's breathing. Boy, that adrenaline will wear you out in these races. He was having to fight hard. Gives a little fist pump as he is your winner here tonight. Aaron Adcock started 5th, finished 1st, had to fight off an onslaught of cautions and restarts and all kinds of different drivers, and able to take home the win here tonight. That's 2 wins on the season for the 17 machine. As Brandon Wallace comes in and just clears him out. Oh, all righty. Well, my goodness, what a fantastic race. We'll go over the results real quick, see where everybody finished up, and then we'll get the post-race show underway. And we'll go ahead and get that get the Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show up, and we'll go through the results here. See where everybody end up. 7 cautions, 2 lead changes. Aaron Adcock, Daniel Cunningham, Michael Kostick, your top 3. Travis Bieber with the second biggest mover of the race in the 4th position. James Nelson in 5th. Kenneth Pack is your no-neck fast repair hard charger. So that Kenneth Pack's number 16 machine was moving tonight and almost able to get up there and battle for this thing. But Mickey Isaac comes home in 7th. Brandon Wallace in 8th. Steve McDonald in 9th. Curtis Sauberin in the 10th position. 11th, Chuck Feltz. 12th, Kyle Roberts. Brett Bieber in the 13th position. Stephon Davis comes home in 14th. Recovers quite nicely. Stephen Gay comes home in 15th. Jeremiah Holt in 16th. 17th, Matt Knights. 18th, Matt Clemens. Alex Veith. Matt Clemens did a great job making up almost, I think, 2 or 3 laps. So great job by him. Alex Veith in 19th, and Alan Nash disappointed in 20th. 21st, another disappointment for Tracy in 21st. 22nd, Charles Stevens Jr., Tommy Osborne in 23rd. Jimmy Cofield in 24th. Andy Kurtz in 25th. Gary Wright in 26th. Jake Cunningham 27th, and 28th is Lance Sponberg. Waiting for everybody to get in here so we can talk to them. Give them just a few seconds. Got a couple of them in here already, so we'll go ahead and talk to these drivers, see what they thought about this race here tonight. As always, we'll start with the 3rd place finisher, Michael Kostick. Michael, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, a pretty dang good race. You led a majority of the first part of it, had that shifter issue, lost track position. It seemed like dirty air was really tough to deal with there. And then there on that one of those last few restarts, spun your tires, almost ended up turning around backwards. So a tough little back half of the race, but then there towards the end, able to recover and have a chance there.
Yeah, the tire spin, I don't know whether Adcock let off a little bit or I just sped up a little bit, but I wasn't expecting it. Had to lift and then when I got back on it. Just too much at one time. So all them cautions were giving me a workout with the shifting though, but yeah, it wasn't a bad race. Recovered for third, so you got to take what you can get sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, talk about those restarts and what you had to do. What was your strategy to deal with those? I mean, just had one right after the other, and you kind of were in different spots each time. Did you like being on the top side? Did you like being on the bottom? What was your preferred groove?
The top side wasn't too bad if you started in second, but if you were going to start on the bottom, starting in third, you could time it off the leader a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, I was just concentrating on third to second, second to fifth, fifth to fourth, so I could hit all my gears.
Well, all right. Well, congratulations, Michael, on a third place finish. As always, I'm probably going to extend that points lead out just a little bit. But yeah, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Hey, thank you for doing the broadcast. Matt for what he does for the series and all the other admins in the league, even Bubba and my teammates at Bandits.
There you have it. Michael Kostick comes home in third place, and we'll jump right in and grab second place finisher Daniel Cunningham. Daniel, say in the booth, got a copy.
Yeah, I got you, Eddie.
Well, I mean, a fun race up at the beginning of the whole thing. And you were kind of back and forth up front, then you kind of fall back a little bit, and then the caution started flowing just constantly there at the end. Talk a little bit about your race and what you were trying to do, what you were struggling with, and then there at the end you had a chance to take home the win.
That's a good question. I don't really know what I was struggling with, to be honest. It just seemed like I was just a little bit off on short run, a little bit off on long run. Like I was able to kind of match Caustic a little bit on pace that first run after we started getting into about 5 or so laps. The really long run to start the race, I definitely felt like I was kind of struggling a little bit towards the end of that when that first caution came out. And then the second longer green flag run we had, I don't know what the hell I was doing on that. It just seemed like I was slower on the short run, slower on the medium part, and then I somehow burned the right front tire off of it and started losing track position. So yeah, I mean, nice recoveries, and I also got caught up in a wreck. Somebody spun up the track in front of me and had to burn my fast repair. But yeah, I mean, nice recovery, I guess. I definitely would have liked to have finished one spot higher though.
Well, I mean, you were able to get there on that last restart. I mean, you got pretty close. Is there anything you could have done there to at the end to try to get at least position on the 17 to maybe go around him?
I needed him to not look in his mirror because we were talking down in the waiting room before I jumped up here, and I said, "Hey, did you drive it in a little bit deeper on turn 3 than that last lap than you did before?" And he goes, "Yeah, I saw that big black bumper getting higher or getting bigger in my mirror, and I wasn't going to try to wreck him, but I was going to rattle his cage if I got there." So I I was like, I'm just going to go for it and send it and see what happens. But he saw it coming. He kind of did the same thing and just kind of sent it in there, and it stuck for him. It stuck for me. But yeah, I guess maybe just if he wouldn't have looked up, I think I might have had a better run at it there in the last turn.
Well, second place finish, still out of 28 trucks. That's pretty awesome. A lot of fun. Looked like it was out there tonight. So congratulations on that, man. Who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, appreciate you doing the broadcast and V Speed. I've got a pretty good track record in the truck since I threw the V Speed logo on there, so we're definitely gonna have to keep that on there and keep that good momentum going, especially with Bluegrass coming up. Thanks to Matt for putting all the work in and running the series. And today would have been my aunt's birthday, Jake's mom, if she was still here with us. So really, second time that we've run on her birthday, I finished second both times and had a shot at the win. So happy to do that and have a good run for her in memory tonight. So that's really cool too.
All right. Well, no doubt about that. Well, congratulations, Daniel.
Thanks, Eddie.
But the man of the hour, your winner here tonight, Aaron Adcock. You got a copy, brother?
I got a copy on you, buddy.
Man, well, I'll tell you what. You got up there and earned this win tonight, and you had to earn it over the last 5 or so restarts as you regarding that lead. Almost lost it at one point. But but able to get the win there with the hard charging Daniel Cunningham on that last green white checkered. Man, how's your heart rate doing? Is your adrenaline starting to come down a little bit, because it looked like you was having to breathe once you crossed the line?
Yeah, I was holding my breath the last, I guess, 30 minutes. We kept having all these cautions and everything, and my teammates kept causing them. but no, yeah, when Caustic got underneath me there towards the end, and then we actually had a caution come out. I really thought that was the race. If he got around me, I don't know that I could have gotten back around him. He was so great on fresh tires, and it took me, the whole first fuel run to kind of get, I guess, my mojo set up and the feel for the truck. Burnt the tires off early, and after that, we started having cautions. I started learning what I need to do to save the tires, and just a night of what felt like endurance. If people say sim racing ain't a good workout, they needed to come run this one tonight, because I don't even know what to do with my hands right now. I'm just my adrenaline dump when I cross the start finish line, and I'm here, man.
Well, I mean, it was a lot of fun to watch. I mean, you had, I talked with Caustic. I mean, you had a different set of drivers around you every time you had to restart. It seemed like you had, Caustic to the outside on the first couple. Then you had your teammate on the outside with Tracy behind you, so you had to feel good about that one. And then you had Caustic down on behind you on one of the restarts. Then you had Caustic on the outside and Daniel Cunningham behind you. It just seemed like it was so many different drivers. How difficult is it to work with your teammates and try to, come up with a solution that works for everybody and gets the win. But every time you have a caution, you have to change that up. You have to change your strategy. How flexible were you being? What were you trying? You were doing the same thing every time? Were you trying to change it up, keep everybody on their toes? What were you doing there on those restarts as we kept getting them over and over again?
Yeah, we wasn't counting down or anything like that inside our Discord channel. We was just racing heads up. I mean, it was just a great hard nosed, straight up restart. And there one time Alan got a really good restart, and we was almost door to door going into turn one there. And just trying to make sure mentally I done the same thing every time I was restarting in first gear. And I've tried it before, and it worked one time. So I figured tonight I would try it at the very beginning of the race. Like to run Tracy over on the initial start, because I didn't tell nobody I was going to try first gear, and I got such a good jump that I said if I ever got to the first two rows that I was going to use that tonight as a weapon, because the restarts here, I mean, they mean everything. If you can get a jump and get position, that's when you're really going to get your track position. So yeah, just tried to keep telling myself to make sure the truck was straight when I got on the gas. Try not to stomp it too hard, especially running hard for, about, I don't know, we'd run hard for about 12 to 13 laps, and then we'd start over and run for about 4 or 5 laps. And then, so it was just constant heat cycle on the tires back and forth that, I just wasn't sure, what if it was going to stick the same every time or not. So I just tried to mentally tell myself not to gas it up too much and break the back tires loose, because that'd be a sword to the heart if I'd have done that. So yeah, just wild night, man. The old ticker's amped up. I probably could go run a mile right now.
Well, we all doubt that. But anyway, congratulations there in Adcock on the great win. That was a lot of fun. That True Green number 17 looking pretty fast here tonight, and put the Ford F-150 in victory lane. But as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout-outs?
Yeah, my wife, my kids, appreciate them. Luckily, I didn't wake nobody up whenever I crossed start finish line there. And my parents, my mom and dad, my sister, they've been messaging me. My little niece, she's almost 2 years old. She was watching me tonight. So, hey, Ava, you better get to bed. And just all my guys at Poman Motorsports, all the guys here at Rebels Racing Network, and Original Rebels Racing, and VSRN, and yeah, man. Like I said, I'm Ricky Bobby in this interview. I don't know what's going on. So shout out to everybody. Thank everybody for watching. Appreciate everybody that sponsors the league. and all the admins for their hard work. And yeah, let's go celebrate.
All right. Well, congratulations. That's 2 on the season, Aaron. Starting to look pretty good. It doesn't lock you into the playoffs, but you got to feel pretty good as we're getting towards the middle way of this season. So congratulations, man.
I appreciate it, buddy.
There you have it. The winner here tonight, Aaron Adcock, takes over the top spot and going to gain some valuable points there in the point standings. And like I said, no win doesn't guarantee you anything, but consistency does. So these drivers finishing up front every week, showing up every week is going to go a long way. So, man, congratulations to the whole field. That was a lot of fun. There was a lot of racing going on everywhere, but, so everybody did a great job. Some wrecks, some stuff that just you got to expect here in Dover. The track's just not wide enough, and it can clog up quickly. I mean, ask Jimmy Johnson about that. All right, guys. Well, for me, VSRN, thank you very much. We'll see y'all next week. VSRN will be back, though, tomorrow night at Bluegrass Truck Series. So we'll be racing at Talladega. Come on. It's going to be a lot of fun, so come out and see that. Tuesday night, we'll be doing the Fast and All Winter Series, which I think we're in 5 flags, and the late model stocks come out and watch some short track racing. Then on Wednesday night, got Goat Locker. Not really sure where they are. I have to go look, but that'll be fun as well. All right, guys, I'm Eddie. We'll see y'all later. Bye.